Hi, thank you for joining me again. So listen to this. Ibn Qayyim radiallahu an related the saying of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever lives after me shall see much conflict and trouble. Then upon you is my sunnah. Ibn Qayyim said that this saying is judgmental in tone to those who dispute, and it is a warning against following their way. For indeed, great disagreement and conflict results from blind following, giving way to self interest, which causes disagreement and division and ultimately changes the message. This happens despite the fact that we have one prophet, one Quran, and one Lord. Therefore, it is incumbent upon us all to be led by the words of revelation that are common to all of us and to follow only the message of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We must not equate anyone's sayings or deeds to that of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nor should we take any as a Lord other than Allah the Exalted. If we were to agree upon that, if we were led by Allah's message through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and if we sought judgment through his Sunnah and the sayings of the companions, then certainly discord would diminish, if not disappear altogether. That is why you will find that those that disagree the least among themselves are the people of the Sunnah and Hadith. Since they build their actions upon that foundation, the further a party or sect is from the Hadith, the higher the level of disagreement will be among that group. For whoever leaves the truth finds that he is in a state of confusion, unsure of what the truth is or where to find it. Nay, but they have denied the truth, this Quran, when it has come to them, so they are in a confused state, cannot differentiate between right and wrong. So, I feel this is a very, very important message. Did you hear all I said? This is so important because we should try to desist from just following anybody. This like says that if you hear something, try to ask the person, where is this backing? Do you have um, evidence for this thing that you are saying? Be wary of blindly following anybody that you see or anybody that you cross paths with. And then the fact that everybody is, we are in an era where everybody is coming up with their own opinion, their own point of view, everybody's right, everybody's, so there is confusion. Meanwhile, there is the Quran and then there is the Hadith that is there and we are supposed to just follow. It's like a torchlight. It's the guide. It's like you have a map and you are traveling and you say, okay, where will tongue go now? What do you mean by where will tongue go now? You literally have a map in your hand. Do you understand? That's why knowledge is very important. We have to seek for knowledge. It's not enough to just the small ones that you read when you were small in Islamia. Those small ones. Then the rest now you are depending on what oh, I feel like this person knows what they are saying, so I'll be following this person. Can you please go back to the Quran and Hadith? Study the Quran. You don't. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you can't worship Allah without knowing Him. So that thing is very important. This reminds me of something I once heard. There was a lady once upon a time, and a Muslim sister, and she was in a relationship with some guy, young and whatever. And then she was in a relationship with this guy, and she's a Muslim, and this guy that is also a Muslim is also is now telling her that that thing that people now say that if you don't live with a guy, if you don't cohabit for a while, how will you know each other for marriage? How will you, if you stay away, you will not really know that person, or you better get to so he was inviting her to always be in his house or come and stay with her, and that thing was making her confused. Yes, she really cares for this guy, and then the way how some people will explain something, it will make so much sense. They'll even say it as if, okay, it's for your own good, or it's for both of, it's for our benefit, right? So she was confused. So there was that confusion for her because she really cares about the guy, but she's confused. Should she do this? Is it okay for her to go and stay with this guy? But then if you stop and you go back to the Quran and the Hadith, it is haram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbids you from doing that. It is haram. So if you remember that it is haram in the Quran and the Hadith, It means Allah doesn't want this. If you are conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are in you want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you automatically know that this thing is wrong. And once the Quran and this say it's wrong, where is the confusion? Why are you now confused? It is the guy that is wrong. Do you understand? So it becomes clear that it is the guy that is wrong. And that automatically clears the confusion. Should I just go and do this? Is he right? It right? No, 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 no. What does the Quran and Hadith say? Haram. So you cannot stay with somebody that you are not married to. And following that, we'll now see that it will prevent any further confusion or hurt that might come afterwards. Maybe you now go and get unwanted, like pregnant, and it becomes an unwanted pregnancy, and it becomes an unwanted pregnancy, and then there is the issue of will he accept the pregnancy? Should we keep the pregnancy? Then the now issue of he ran away, he got me pregnant, I ran away. All the promises he made to me, he didn't fulfill them. Or even if he's there, there will not the issue of should you remove it? Should you not remove it? You understand? All this whole problem will be avoided if that initial step of if you will stop to listen to the guidance of the Quran and Hadith that said, no, we are protecting you. We don't want you to get to this stage or what will lead to this situation. So if you follow the Quran and Hadith from that onset, all this confusion will not be there. So it is very important that if you are confused or if right and wrong is blurry these days, but with your Quran and with your Hadith, it's a clear guidance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide and protect us, and may we remain steadfast on the path of Islam. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.